Um, I met Mr. Furman on his very last day. It was, I think, well, now it's 2 years. I was helping out with the luncheon that the PTA puts together, and I heard him talk about the garden, and I was, I made it a point to talk to him because I was really, I really wanted to somehow be involved. We named the place. I decided to, I kind of really liked the name, and the kids did too. So they actually chose Corona Groves, and it was kind of a follow-up on Apprendi Groves, because Apprendi is a middle school that most kids here, well, some went to, and they also have a garden there. I helped set a garden there. So they're a club. It's Apprendi Groves, and so this is Corona Groves, and a lot of those kids will probably continue on and be involved here. Um, we The club meets, and we a lot of times pretty much vote on how we're going to spend the money that we are allowed to have. The city of Shimpi is very generous. We always apply for a grant and we get it. And we sometimes the Key Club comes out and helps out. We've had uh, several Boy Scouts do their Eagle Scout projects here,
Uh-huh.
and that one had those have been pretty amazing. I'm still excited about the place.
Okay, so my name is Karen Dempsey, and I teach humanities here at Corona in Tempe. And at the beginning of the school year, I teach a book called Ishmael, which is designed to get my students thinking about their place in the world and how to better affect the environment in which they live, both on a small level and both on a professional level when they get older. And what I'm trying to do is first I kind of try and almost scare them a little bit, because my students come in a lot of times not really aware of the problem, the population crisis and just the pollution problem and just the state of the world. So after that's done, then I try to move into problem solving territory, where I get my students to think about their responsibility and how one person can make a difference. So I think that's where I try to create a sense of hope and encourage my students in realizing that even though they are only one person, if every one person thinks that they can make a difference, then ultimately we all work together and we all make a difference. So I don't know, I hope I make an impact, have an impact on my students, but it's my hope that they realize that the only way things are going to get better is if they have a new mindset. And so this book and our past conversations, I think, help develop that mindset.
Hi, I'm Lorena Vader, and I've taught at Corona for 20 years. And during that time, I have been very involved in helping our campus become more aware of the problems facing us as a community as well as globally. I do it in my classroom, both in my classroom and outside of the classroom. So within the classroom, I try to always focus on sustainability issues whenever possible. And so whether it be, um, you know, density and looking at density plastics, or when we do energy, we look at alternative energy sources. Um, Chemistry, when we're doing acids and bases, I'll have I'll teach the kids how to compost, and then we'll, you know, do things like run temperature checks, or collect data on the temperature. We'll do acid-base testing on the compost pile. Okay, so another thing we do is my students help recycling on campus, and we have over 50 bins that we have them in all the hallways. Teachers here are very good about recycling, and my students are responsible for getting them to the main bins, and we try to educate people on what they should recycle and what they shouldn't. So I just try, the way I try to show students by example of things I do. I I try to live a very sustainable lifestyle as to the best of my ability, and I try to model that with my students. So that's just, I just feel very strongly about educating young people and hoping that they do a better job of taking care of the environment than my generation has done. And I'm serious. I have a lot of hope, a lot of faith in young people.